Hello from Weyburn, Swift Current 57's fans. Ryan Schweitzer here making the trip with the 57's to the beautiful community of Weyburn, where it is hot. 30 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, the dry Saskatchewan heat and the prairie sun merciless as it beats down on the players involved in this one, the Swift Current 57's and the Weyburn Beavers, second and third in the WMBL East. The 57's with a record of 19-10, a half game back of the 19-9 Regina Red Sox for first place in the WMBL East. Weyburn Beavers 16-14 on the year. They're 3.5 back of Swift Current for second and 4 back of Regina for first place. Beavers on a one-game winning streak after beating Swift Current last night 6-3 in Speedy Creek. 57's on a one-game losing streak. They had won 4 in a row, looking for win number 5 in a row at the expense of the Weyburn Beavers. 6-3 win last night after the 57's kicked the ball around a little bit in the first inning and were just unable to recover after that. Starting on the mound for the Weyburn Beavers is Landon Mostelar. That name may ring a bell. 5 starts and 1 complete game on the year for Mostelar. 32 and 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 29 hits, 29 runs, only 14 earned. He struck out 25 and walked 12. He's 1-2 with a 3.85 earned run average. Swift Current has seen him on June 25th, an afternoon game. He pitched against the 57's and went the distance in a 6-2 win, allowing only 2 hits, 1 a home run to Grant Van Scoy. So Landon Mostelar, the highlight of his summer, has been at the expense of the Swift Current 57's. So they'll try and figure him out on this hot summer night here in Weyburn. We're glad that you could join us wherever you may be for the 57's. Matt Bondarchuk, Grant Van Scoy, and Blake Andrews due up for Swift in the top of the first inning here as the left-hander Mostelar warms up. A new face will be on the mound for the Swift Current 57's as Chubbuck, Idaho's Mitch Guyberson will be throwing for Swift. Not much is known about Guyberson. 57's looking for arms. Guyberson, childhood teammate of Bodie Cooper, summoned to Swift Current to help them finish the season in just ahead of that July 15th recruiting deadline. Now the 57's beginning a pretty large road swing here, one of the biggest road swings that they've ever been on. They're in Weyburn tonight. They'll be back in Swift Current overnight, and then tomorrow at noon they begin the long trek to Fort McMurray. 11 hours on the bus. They'll bisect the trip with a stop in Edmonton tomorrow night to stay there, and then in Fort McMurray on Tuesday for their first visit to Shell Stadium, taking on the Fort Mac Giants. Matt Bondarchuk leading off here for the Swift Current 57's. Bowen's hitting .306 on a year. Native of Edmonton, who's looking forward to that trip to northern Alberta, should have plenty of friends and family in the stands for games against Fort McMurray and his hometown, Edmonton. Tuesday, Wednesday in Fort Mac, Thursday, Friday in Edmonton for the Swift Current 57's. Bondarchuk, 0-1 the count to him leading off here. He's going to foul one out of here. And 2 strikes against Bondarchuk. 21 bags on the year for Matt Bondarchuk. Bondarchuk, Van Scoy, and Blake Adams due up here. Grant Van Scoy moving up to hit second in the 57's batting order as Riley Campbell out with an upper body injury. As Landon Mostelar tries to paint the outside corner on Matt Bondarchuk, lefty on lefty matchup. 1-2 count, good take by Bondarchuk. So a big part of the 57's offense not participating in this one as Bondarchuk is going to get himself on base with a single. As he spanks that into right field, Ulysses Fluellen is there to corral the ball and throw it in.
Now batting shortstop number 7, Grant Van Scoy.
Landon Mostelar pitching to Zach Fraser. Brady Nygaard playing first base. Ty Scott at second. Luis Jimenez is at short. Zach Mathis out of Grand Rapids, Michigan at third base. In the outfield, Wade Weinberger from the Bahamas in left. Anthony Wiggins in center. Ulysses Fluellen in right field. Nobody out, and Grant Van Scoy to the plate. First pitch, fastball right down the middle, lefty on righty matchup, and it's strike 1 on Van Scoy. Van Scoy usually hitting 5th or 6th in the 57's batting order, but with Riley Campbell's services not available to the 57's for this one, Van Scoy moves up. Bondarchuk checked over at first. Elsewhere in the WMBL, Lethbridge was in Brooks today. 7-5 win for the Brooks Bombers. Pitch outside, Bondarchuk in motion, throw off target, and it's stolen base number 22 on the year for number 22. Matt Bondarchuk doing what he does, swiping bags like it's his job, and finds himself at second base. Okotoks Dogs beating the Edmonton Prospects 10-2 in Okotoks. Fort McMurray Giants with an 18-6 win over Medicine Hat in Medicine Hat. That's got to be considered an upset. And the Regina Red Sox just getting underway against the Moose Jaw Miller Express, about 90 miles northwest of us. Vanscoy gets that bunt down. They'll get GVS at first, but Matt Bondarchuk advancing to third with one away. So Vanscoy does the job. All hands on deck to high-five Grant Vanscoy after getting that bunt down, advancing Matt Bondarchuk. Setting the table for the 57's RBI guy, Blake Adams. Adams has driven in 32 this year. Nothing in one the count to Adams as Mostelar goes right after him. WMBL home run race, Cody Funderburk has 9 now. Marshall McPherson of Melville has 7, and then Blake Adams, Broderick Rodacher, Justin Erlinson and friends, all with 6 dingers on the year. Adams with the second most runs batted in the league, 32 of them, 3 behind Broderick Rodacher. Nothing in 2, the count to Adams, fastball up. Making the count 1-2 with Matt Bondarchuk just a few feet away at third base. 57's knocking on the door here in the top of the first inning on a hot summer night in Weyburn. Oh, 2. Pitch at the letters of Adams. Good take from the native of Longview, Texas. And Adams, who hits .345 on the year and has a .167 batting average against Mostelar. Now a 2-2 count. Swung on and missed, strike 3, dropped third strike. 2 down. Give Bodie Cooper a turn here to try and bring home the runner on third.
Now to the plate, the catcher, number 5, Bodie Cooper.
Bodie coming to this one hitting .283. 5 home runs on the year for Bodie, to go with 18 runs batted in. The lefty Landon Mostelar. To the plate, hops away from Fraser. There to make the block. Runner stays put. Keel Crumbed, who's been swinging a good bat lately for the 57's, waits on deck. Bodie thought about that pitch. Just goes outside. 2-0 count. Bodie, thinking fastball, swings at some high heat, and the count 2-1. Two-one from Mostelar. Another pitch past Bodie. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Matt Bondarchuk at third base. Singled, stole second. Advanced to third on a bunt. Runs have been hard to come by for the 57's at times at Tom Lang Park here in Weyburn. Bodie doesn't want to leave him stranded. With the count 2-2, fastball up, and now 3-2. Three-two pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Matt Bondarchuk will be left out there stranded. Big inning for Landon Mostelar, gives up that single to Bondarchuk, but then strikes out 2 strong RBI guys for the 57's. Bottom of the first, Mitch Guyberson makes his WMBL debut when we return with Swift Current 57's baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Mitch Guyberson set to make his debut on the mound for the Swift Current 57's. He's pitching to fellow Idaho native Bodie Cooper. First base, Kyle McDonald. Second base for the 57's this evening, Cole Thibodeau. Grant Van Scoy at short. Third base got Keel Crumbed in the outfield. Matt Bondarchuk in center, Blake Adams in left. Brett Esau patrolling right field for the Swifty squad. Luis Jimenez from Salinas, Puerto Rico. Leading off for the Beavs. Jimenez, 344. 11 runs scored this year, 21 hits in 61 at-bats to build that 344 average. Jimenez, Zachary Mathis, and Ulysses Fluellen due up here in the bottom of the first inning. A scoreless tie thus far. Jimenez sends that deep hit back. And it's 1-0 for the Weyburn Beavers. First dinger of the year for Luis Jimenez.
Now, coming to the plate, number 36, Zach Mathis.
All right. One nothing for the Weyburn Beavers. Mitch Guyberson in the dirt. 1-0 count. One-0 count inside to Mathis. Well, Mitch Guyberson finding out the hard way that hitters in this league are good. Shot by Mathis through the 5-6 gap, going the opposite way, and he's on with a single. Bringing Ulysses Fluellen to the plate, the big right fielder from Phoenix City, Alabama. Fluellen hitting 284 on the year. 2 home runs, and he's driven in 17 runs. Has weird walk-up music. But whatever fires a guy up. Shot by Fluellen. Ground ball to Thibodeau. Potential for 2 here. 6-4. And he just legs out the double play. As Fluellen gets to first in time, he'll reach on a fielder's choice.
And coming to the plate.
One down for the 57's.
Nygaard.
Mayville, North Dakota's Brady Nygaard to the plate. Nygaard having a strong year, hitting .290 with a couple dingers and 12 runs batted in. First baseman for the Beavers. Shot by Nygaard, drilled at Keel Crumbed. What a heads-up play by Crumbed to turn 2. Just quick as a hiccup from glove to the throwing hand. And the 57's touched up early. One pitch and one run on the board. A solo dinger from Luis Jimenez. But after that, the 57's not looking too bad in the bottom of the first. 1-0 though. We head to the top of 2. 57's baseball brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's. That Keel Crumbed can play baseball. Great play by Crumbed to turn a double play on a line drive to end the first inning. Hitting 5th in the lineup, the native of Glasgow, Montana. Now set to work against Landon Mostelar. Crumbed belts one back. Hit back, and Crumbed pollinates the parking lot with a baseball. A solo dinger for the native of Glasgow, Montana. Not sure who determines WMBL Player of the Week. Got to think about this kid here, Keel Crumbed. Need him to play third, he'll do that. Need him to pitch, he'll do that. Crumbed homered in Moose Jaw, so that's his second dinger in 3 games. Crumbed's third bomb of the year. Coming into this game hitting .250. Let's look at the last 7-day numbers, though, on Crumbed as Kyle McDonald steps in here. Crumbed coming into this game batting .400 in the next 7 days, or in the last 7 days. So Crumbed, one of the hottest bats in Joe Carnahan's lineup, ties this game up at 1 with one swing of the bat. Weyburn Beavers hit a home run on the first pitch of the first inning for them. 57's return the favor here in the second. Two home runs and a save. Not to mention some great defense for Crumbed this week. Just completed his freshman year at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. As Kyle McDonald walked. Brings Brett Esau to the plate, native of Meadow Lake.
Now batting number 11, Brett Esau.
So none out, runner on at first. 57's have one already here in the second and looking for more. Pitch to Esau finds the strike zone. It's 0-1. Keel Crumbed, back-to-back great plays for the Swift Current 57's. Turning that double play on the line drive, going 5-3. Catching the runner off base. And then he hits a home run on the first pitch of the second inning. It's from Glasgow, Montana, which isn't too far away from Weyburn here. I think Keel's got some family here checking this one out. So far, so good. Esau gets underneath one, and he'll foul that out of here. Count 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch to Esau. He gets a piece of that ball. Hits it foul. Towards the adjacent horse track.
Ball will be returned to the Beaver shack for $1.
Pitch to Esau, and that'll be a called strike 3 on a breaking ball that landed low and away.
What you looking at?
Now the catcher, Mason Brown from Littleton, Colorado,
Now batting number 9.
will take a turn.
This is also our beer batter for tonight's game. If the beer batter fails to safely make it to first base, the next 5 minutes is 2 beer for $8.
Beer.
First pitch to Mason Brown, called strike. Brown hitting 8th in the 57's order. Cole Thibodeau on deck. Top of the second inning, 1-1 the score. Teams have traded solo home runs. Luis Jimenez for the Beavers. Keel Crumbed for the 57's.
I guess that's your biggest expense when you go to school, but you got to have some spending on it.
Fastball hammers the catcher's mitt, and it's a ball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, you see what some of those guys hate. They'll play a couple of years.
Kyle McDonald walked right after that home run was surrendered by Landon Mostelar. Mason Brown fouls that out of here, making the count 2-2. Mostelar, 2-2 pitch. Got him inside.
Yeah, baby.
Mason Brown goes down swinging. Already the 4th strikeout of the game for Mostelar.
Here for $8 here at Tunnel Lang Park. Now batting number 1, Cole Thibodeau.
So now the native of Omaha, Nebraska, Cole Thibodeau, will try and keep the drive going for the 57's here, who have won here in the second inning. Lefty on lefty matchup. Kyle McDonald still parked at first. Thibodeau coming into this game with 57's best batting average, hitting .348 on the year. Home run and 9 RBI. So he certainly helped add some offense to the bottom half of the order for the 57's. Fastball from Mostelar, just a bit out. 1-1. Top of the order on deck for the 57's as Matt Bondarchuk warms up. One pitch. Outside. Ball caught by Zach Fraser. Count is 2-1. Mostelar, 2-1 pitch with 2 away. Thibodeau gets a piece of that and hits it into right field. Kyle McDonald chugging his way to third base. And throw just a bit off target. McDonald touches the base. He's safe. Nice piece of hitting from Cole Thibodeau, pulling one to right field. And Kyle McDonald advancing all the way to third.
Now batting, number 22, Matt Bondarchuk.
Top of the order now with 2 out. Matt Bondarchuk to the plate. Shot by Bondarchuk. That's hit into right field. Ulysses Fluellen is able to track that ball down and make the catch. So the 57's will strand one, but they score one. A scintillating home run from Keel Crumbed has put the 57's on the board. 1-1 the score. Bottom of 2 coming up. 57's baseball brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to 57's Baseball. Glad you could join us. Sunday night in Weyburn. Anthony Wiggins, Ty Scott, and Cam Williams due up here for the Beavers. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 the score. The teams have traded solo home runs in this contest thus far. Final meeting of the year between these two teams. So far, the 57's with a record of 2-3 against the Weyburn Beavers. So Swift Current's second in the WMBL East as there's a shot hit to right field. Brett Esau is going to chase after that one, and it's going to be extra bases for Anthony Wiggins as he scampers to second base in a leadoff double for Wiggins, the native of Chula Vista, California. 57's a record of 19-10. Just under a third of their losses coming to these Weyburn Beavers this year. Swift Current really put through the grinder over the next few days here, and they have over the last week. All on the road last week, with the exception of a Saturday makeup game against these Weyburn Beavers last night. Trips to Regina, Okotoks, and Moose Jaw, Yorkton. 57's in Yorkton tonight or in Weyburn tonight before their Northern Alberta road swing, which begins Tuesday night. Travel day tomorrow for the 57's. Going to Edmonton, and then the additional 4-hour jaunt to Fort McMurray. Count 1-1 here. Tyler Scott from Calgary at the plate. Scott hitting .342 on the year. 7 runs batted in. I was looking it up today, where we are in Weyburn right now, just over 49 degrees latitude. Not far above the Canada-U.S. border, as there's an opposite field shot by Scott. Brett Esau is back for it. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag up and scamper to third base as Wiggins hurries over to third. So runner advanced on that fly out to right by Scott. So we're just above 49 degrees latitude, just above the 49th parallel here in Weyburn. Fort McMurray, it'll be the northernmost trip that a lot of these kids will take in their life, unless you got family in Alaska. But 56 degrees latitude is where they'll be. That's way up there. And it probably won't even get dark till about 11:30. So a neat experience for the guys as they get set to embark to Shell Stadium in Fort McMurray. Fort Mac Giants last year, it was their first year in the WMBL, and they had to play the first half of their home schedule, not even in their own ballpark, as forest fires ravaged the community of Fort Mac, and the expansion Giants had to play their home games a few hours down the road, as that pitch is going to get past Bodie Cooper, and it'll be a 2-1 lead for the Beavers as Anthony Wiggins comes in to score. Double from Wiggins, advancing to third on a sac flyout situation, and then comes in to score. So 2-1 the score here, bottom of the second. We were talking today about the 57's travel schedule and how their nearest road trip is Moose Jaw, as that pitch is going to get away and hit Cam Williams. So the nearest road swing for the 57's, the nearest road trip is Moose Jaw, 90 minutes down the road, about 170 kilometers. How'd you like the Fort McMurray Giants travel schedule? Their nearest opponent is 4.5 hours away in Edmonton. That's your nearest division home game. So, about a 3-hour drive for the 57's today. We'll take that. That was all right. As long as the air conditioning works. Fastball to Zach Fraser, the catcher from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Count is 0-1. Mitch Guyberson on the mound for the 57's, making his WMBL debut. 1 down here, 2-1 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. Fastball finds the strike zone. That's 0-2. Wade Weinberger on deck out of James Cistern in the Bahamas. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Fraser gets a small piece of that baseball and sends it towards the backstop. Luis Jimenez with a home run for the Beavers in the first inning. Zach Mathis had a hit. Then after that, quick out and then a double play. 0-2 the count to Fraser as the righty Guyberson tries to paint the outside corner and doesn't miss by much. It's 1-2 now. Pitch number 22 of the ball game for Mitch Guyberson, about to be released with the count 1-2 with one away here in the second. Curveball, strike 3. Down goes Fraser. Mitch Guyberson just getting the inside part of the plate with that curveball. Wade Weinberger, 250 on the year. He's going to foul that one out of the park here towards the nearby horse corrals. Weinberger, 250 batting average, hits well for power, 4 home runs and 12 RBI. Weyburn in their home whites, 57's. They'll be wearing those road greens a lot over the next week. Weinberger hitting .385 in his last 4 games, 5 hits and 13 at-bats. So I know he struggled throughout most of the month of June, hitting below the Mendoza line, Weinberger was, but seemingly finding his swing here in July. So Weinberger getting better as the season gets longer down the stretch. Strike 2 is Guyberson. Paints the outside corner in this righty on lefty hitter matchup. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner on at first base. Anthony Wiggins doubling to lead off the inning. Guyberson on the mound, a couple rough starts to his first and second inning, but then settling down. Ground ball by Weinberger. "27 pitches to get to this stage where we're 2 2/3. Two pitch with 2 away. Weinberger, fly ball to right field, right where Brett Esai is, and he makes the catch. One is stranded for the Beavers, but one comes in to score. And it's 2-1 for the Weyburn Beavers. 28 pitches to get through 2 innings for Mitch Guyberson. Not bad numbers. 57's will try and get that run back when we return with Swift Current 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
12.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes, unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's. Grant Van Scoy leading off for the 57's. Top of the 3rd inning and a 2-1 Weyburn Beaver lead. Second at bat of the game for Grant Vanscoy, successfully getting a bunt down and advancing Matt Bondarchuk to third base the last time he was up. Bondarchuk with a stolen base in this one. He's got 22 on the year. Riley Campbell with 27 stolen bases on the year, sitting this one out with an upper body injury. Nicked up earlier this week. Well hit ball by Grant Vanscoy to center field, and that's going to one hop. Center fielder, Anthony Wiggins. Grant Vanscoy, a solo home run his last trip to Weyburn. He sees the ball well in this park, despite any sort of a hitter's eye and a white shed out in center field. So Blake Adams to the plate. One of 4 strikeout victims. Landon Mostelar has K'd this game. Vanscoy on at first, the lefty looking right at him. Delivered to Adams. Adams drills that foul. Just missing down the third base line. They call it Beaver Fever here in Weyburn.
I did work in there last year, and if you're in the hallways going up and down the stairs and stuff, there's just regular TA bulbs in there because there's no point having LED lights there.
Quick throw over to first. Vanscoy checked. Some interesting light reading this week. Money Sense magazine coming out with their annual top places to live in Canada. It's a top 200 list. And of all the places in Canada, this great nation, second largest country in the world, 10 provinces, 3 territories, thousands of cities, the 5th best place to live in all of Canada is right here in Weyburn. My first thought when I read that is somebody paid someone, but upon closer look, Weyburn, small community, you can ride your bike anywhere. Good health care, affordable homes, very little crime.
That's another quarters on a foul ball. All foul balls. Return to the beer shack for $1.
Nice covered patio at their ballpark as well. I don't know if Money Sense magazine factored that in there, but nice little community of Weyburn. Apparently a good spot to put down roots. 0-2. Count now to Adams. Runner on at first. Drilled by Adams. Hit back. Wade Weinberger is not even going to bother with that one, and actually it goes foul. Looked great off the bat head. Long strike for Landon Mostelar. That white sky can wreak havoc with outfielders and play-by-play guys trying to keep their eye on baseballs here in Weyburn. Count 0-2 to Adams. He'll try and straighten things out. Catcher lines up on the outside of the plate, and Grant Vanscoy is checked. Oh, 0-2 pitch to Adams. Still none out. Adams gets a piece of that one and drills it in the 5-6 gap. That one's between the lines, no doubt about it. And now Bodie Cooper moving up to hitting 4th in the 57's order. Grant Vanscoy all smiles at second base. Blake Adams gobbling up another hit over at first. That's his 40th hit of the year. .40 hits in 115 at-bats for Adams. That equates to a .348 batting average as Bodie Cooper tries to get a bunt down with runners on at first and second. Bunts it foul. .57's with a fantastic hitting team. .291 batting average as a team. One of the tops in the league. more home runs than anyone else in the league as a team with 28. But it's things like this that can really separate the men from the boys. Can you get that bunt down when you have to? Cooper showing bunt. Inside, and 1-1. Landon Mostelar looks the runner at second. Bodie gets that bunt down. Throw to first, they get Cooper, but Adams and Van Scoy advance to first and second. Great job by Bodie.
Now, Keel Crumbed.
Bodie Cooper getting that bunt down. All hands on deck to acknowledge that sacrifice. Keel Crumbed 1 for 1. He's only seen one pitch this game, and he hit it over the left field wall. 2 on for him with 1 away. Crumbed now hitting .262 on the year. Mostelar, curveball, strike 1. Lefty pitcher against a righty hitter. That hit the outside part of the plate. As the sun sets in the western sky, creating some long shadows here at Tom Lang Park in Weyburn. Crumbed fouls that off, and it's a 0-2 count. Kyle McDonald, who walked his last at bat, is on deck. 1 down here. 2 ducks on the pond for the 57's, who trailed 2-1 in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch hopping away from Fraser and then hopping into Crumbed. Good block by the catcher from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Zach Fraser. One-two pitch with 1 away. 2 on. Pitch low and away. 2-2 with 1 down. We've seen Keel Crumbed thrive in pressure situations. Count 2-2. He'll go down swinging this time. Beavers not out of the woods yet. As Kyle McDonald, batting .274 on the year, will take a turn.
Oh, no, wrong guy.
2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Tying run just a few feet away. Grant Van Scoy at third base. Van Scoy and Blake Adams with back-to-back singles. Bodie Cooper getting a bunt down to advance them to 2nd and 3rd. Swift trying to bring them home. McDonald swings and misses at strike 1. Lefty v. lefty.
Not as good as we had the old days. Oh, we're at the 25-yard line for 33 years.
Pitch low and away.
They're easy enough to get out. Just the way that whole new stadium is set up. So
Kyle McDonald, 4 home runs on the year. Couple of multiple home run games.
everybody can be up and
Pitch is out, and 2-1. Swift's next home game is going to be in 6 days as they take on the Moose Jaw Miller Express at Mitchell Field in Swift Current. McDonald, foul ball. Zach Fraser will give up pursuit of that as it looks to exit the stadium.
Beer Shack for $1.
57's next game on Saturday, July the 15th. They'll get back from Edmonton at about 5 a.m. that morning from a Friday night game. So no time for downtime for the Swift Current 57's. And then after that, they'll enjoy a bit of a homestand after it's been a battle for Swift Current on the road. One home game in a 2-week span for the 57's. They just had it as that ball is going to hop away from the catcher Fraser, and Grant Van Scoy will come in to score. A slide with style for the 57's shortstop, and it's all tied up at 2. Blake Adams advancing to third base as well. A couple of Texans having a convo at third. 57's assistant coach Eric Dorton and Blake Adams. Full count to Kyle McDonald with 2 away. Brett Esau is on deck. McDonald hitting 6th in the 57's batting order tonight. Chokes up with the count 3-2. Swings and misses. 57's will strand one but score one as these teams continue to trade runs. 5 strikeouts for Landon Mostelar. 2-2 heading to the bottom of the third inning. 57's baseball brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky
At the
Casino.
Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Hot heat in Weyburn. Mitch Giberson getting set for his third inning of work in the WMBL in a 2-2 tie, bottom of the third inning. Top of the order, Luis Jimenez. He's seen one pitch this game, and it was a solo dinger. First pitch of the bottom of the first, hit over the left field wall. Mitch Giberson, Bodie Cooper will work him a little more careful this time around. Top of the order for Weyburn, Jimenez, Zachary Mathis, and Ulysses Fluellen due up here. Landon Mostelar, 60 pitches to get through 2. Or to get through 3, rather. Mitch Giberson coming into the bottom of the third has thrown 29. Just saw 30 and 31. That's blocked by Bodie. 2-0 count to Jimenez. Count 2-1. One hopper blocked by Cooper. Three and 1 the count.
I'm wondering about one of the states there, all their July 4th festivities there. A lot of their fireworks.
Giberson hits the outside part of the plate, 3-2. Giberson goes back to that spot, doesn't miss by much, and it's a walk for Jimenez. Zach Mathis to the plate, who singled in this game.
Now batting. Number 36, Zach Mathis.
Ulysses Fluellen on deck. So nobody out. Jimenez on at first. Strike called to Mathis. Jimenez in 14 games, 3 for 4 stealing bases. Zach Mathis singled the last time he was up. Dog days of summer here in Weyburn. Daytime temperatures between 30 and 35 degrees Celsius all over southern Saskatchewan. Farmer tans are sexy, right? Because everyone's sporting them these days. You can also tell that in general, farmers aren't on Twitter. Because if they were, the hashtag drier than a popcorn fart would be trending right about now. Fastball blown past Mathis inside. Lefty versus lefty. And it's 1-2.
What about home teams?
Mitch Giberson looks the runner at first. Ground ball by Mathis. Potential for 2 here. 6-4. And not quite able to turn it as Matthews hurried it out. Mathis reaching on a fielder's choice as Jimenez is erased from the equation. Ulysses Fluellen to the plate, who reached on a fielder's choice last time he was up. 0 for 1 this game. Pitch inside, just above the shoelaces of Fluellen. 1-0 count. Second summer in Weyburn for the power hitter from Phoenix City, Alabama. Coaches Phil and Corey Curtis of the Weyburn Beavers, looking to build a strong nucleus, not unlike the strategy implemented by Joe Carnahan of the 57's. A lot of new faces in the Weyburn Beaver lineup this year. They had a lot of returning personnel last year. Beavers always a strong competitive team, never an easy matchup, but having a heck of a time getting out of the first round of the playoffs as Fluellen reaches for low and away, gets a small piece of it for a strike. 1-2 the count now. Weyburn Beavers eliminated by the Regina Red Sox last year in the first round of the WMBL playoffs. Before that, 3 straight first-round dates with the Swift Current team and 3 straight first-round victories for Swift. Curveball to Fluellen. He's out in front of that and sends it into the backstop. One and two the count. Swing and a miss from Fluellen. He goes down swinging. If the playoffs started tomorrow, it would be Swift and Weyburn in the first round. Regina would play Moose Jaw in what would be a very emotional series. Whenever Regina and Moose Jaw meet up in any sort of a playoff series, it's something to write about. And Swift would take on Weyburn in the 2-3 matchup. That's if the playoffs started tomorrow. The playoffs don't, but interesting to see where things are at now. Yorkton Cardinals 6 games back of the Miller Express for that final playoff spot in the WMBL East, as are the Melville Millionaires. Brady Nygaard to the plate, lined into a double play his last time up. Mitch Guyberson, 1-1 the count.
Just nice and comfortable.
Runner in motion as Bodie Cooper had a hot-to-handle pitch. Zach Mathis scampering to second. 2-2 the score, bottom of the third inning. 2-1 the count with 2 down here to Nygaard. Nygaard's last at-bat, a well-hit ball, but put it right at Keel Crumbed, who was able to get it over to first. As Nygaard lined into that double play. 2 strikes against now. .47 pitches from Mitch Guyberson. 48 is a curveball that catches. Nygaard looking. Third strikeout of the game for Mitch Guyberson. Rocky start for the Idaho product, but settling down. And after getting his feet wet in the WMBL, an effective third inning for Guyberson against the top of the order of the Weyburn Beavers. Top of 4 coming up. We're all knotted up at 2. 57's Baseball brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky
Crop
Casino.
Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Welcome back to the Swift Current 57's webcast, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino in Swift. Brett Esau leading off for the 57's here in the top of the 4th inning. Esau, Mason Brown, and Cole Thibodeau due up, 7-8-9 for Swifty. 2-2 the score. Teams trading runs for the first 2. Nothing doing for either team in the third. Landon Mostelar. Third time the Swift Current 57's have seen Mostelar this year. He started against Swift on June 25th and pitched to Gem. Complete game, 2 hits, 6-2 win. .57's this time around with 5 hits off of him. 4th inning. Esau gets a piece of that ball. Towering fly ball. Ty Scott at second base. Makes the catch for the first out of the 4th inning. Mason Brown now. Catcher from Littleton, Colorado, who's DHing in this one.
Our beer batter for tonight's game, number 9, Mason Brown. If the beer batter fails to safely make it to first base for the next 5 minutes, it'll be 2 beers for $8.
So nobody on here in the top of the 4th. 2-2 the score, 57's and the Weyburn Beavers. Final game this year between these two teams in the regular season. Who, as we mentioned, if the playoffs started tomorrow, they would play each other. So final game of the regular season between these two. Fouled off by Brown. Weyburn Beavers with a 3-2 season series lead. So 57's looking for the split with the Beavers, who are one spot below them in the standings, and 3.5 behind them for second place. Regina Red Sox with a record of 19-9, first in the WMBL East. Swift 19-10, a half game back, a few percentage points behind them. Regina's in Moose Jaw tonight, taking on the Miller Express at Roswell's Park. Top of the 5th inning, Red Sox leading the Miller Express 2-0. Doubleheader in Melville as the Yorkton Cardinals were taking on the Millionaires today. Mill's taking both ends of that doubleheader as Brown fouls that 2-2 pitch off. Melville with 7-5 and 3-0 wins this afternoon at Perry Field. Brooks Bombers beating Lethbridge 7-5 in Brooks. Okotoks Dogs beating the Edmonton Prospects 10-2 in Okotoks. Fort McMurray Giants upsetting the Medicine Hat Mavericks 18-6 at Athletic Park in the Hat. That ballpark in Medicine Hat, a fun one to watch a baseball game in. In the corners, you got dimensions of about 345, so it's tough to hit a dinger in the corners. However, only 380 to straightaway center. And sometimes with a good tailwind to straightaway center. 24 runs scored today between Fort Mac and Medhat in Medhat in that 18-6 win. As Mason Brown tries to time out that breaking pitch, fouls it into the backstop and continues to battle here with Landon Mostelar, with one down here in the top of the 4th inning and a 2-2 tie with the Beavers. Okotoks starting to get some separation out in the WMBL West, 21-10 on a 4-game streak, 3 games ahead of the Lethbridge Bulls. Medhat's 17-13, as Mason Brown is going to foul off another one. It's a war of attrition here between Landon Mostelar and Mason Brown. Two and two count, pitch number 9 of this exchange between Mostelar and Brown about to happen. And it's a fastball up. Pitch number 73 of the ball game for Mostelar, about to leave his left hand, and he keeps that up. A 10-pitch at bat for Mason Brown culminates in him taking a walk to first, setting the table for Cole Thibodeau with one down.
Now batting number 1, Cole Thibodeau. And be sure to look for Matthew to purchase your game day.
Thibodeau 1 for 1 tonight.
Tickets.
He's got the best batting average on the 57's right now, .357. Top of the order on deck for Swift Current, Matt Bondarchuk. So Thibodeau 1 for 1 facing Landon Mostelar. One down here, top of the 4th inning. Knotted up in a 2-2 tie. Sun setting in the western sky on a south-facing diamond. So fly balls may be a little bit tougher for anyone on the left side, third base, left field. Mostelar, swinging strike from Thibodeau.
Call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone.
Mostelar looking Brown at first. And with the count 0-2, tries to get Thibodeau chasing outside in this lefty-on-lefty matchup, 1-2. On a sticky Sunday night in Weyburn. Thibodeau. Inside pitch jams him. Swings and foul. Catcher Frazier lines up outside, and that pitch catches the outside part of the plate for a called strike 3. Seventh strikeout of the game for Landon Mostelar.
Now batting number 22, Matt Bonderchuk.
Mostelar coming into this game, 32 2/3 innings of work, striking out 25. 7 strikeouts through 3 2/3 for him tonight. Matt Bonderchuk up now. Bonderchuk 1 for 2 thus far. Fouls that out of here. Grant Van Scoy on deck. Top of the order for the 57's. Swift Current playing another game without Riley Campbell, who exited the game after the 8th inning in a road win against Moose Jaw earlier this week. So second game without Campbell in the lineup. When it comes to coaches and media types, they're generally pretty tight-lipped about injury scenarios. I was told that Campbell shouldn't be out for too long. Impact player like that, a couple games is even too long, though. 1-2 the count. Runner in motion. And thrown out is Mason Brown. Good throw from Zach Frazier to take care of Brown. Bonderchuk will lead off for the 57's in the top of the 5th. We will head to the bottom of the 4th now. 2-2 the score. 57's baseball.
Catch it now down along the first base line where Chase and Riley are.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
Thank you to Swift Current Building Supplies for providing the materials for the new patio at Mitchell Field.
See Swift Current Building Supplies for all types of lumber, kitchen hardware, tools, power tools, fence, and shed packages.
At your one stop, we carry everything shop for building and renovation.
Building supplies, farm and ranch, construction, paints, and decor.
Swift Current Building Supplies, Swift Current's complete home and farm building supply center. Highway 1 West.
Welcome back to 57's baseball from beautiful sun-soaked Weyburn. Mitch Giberson, his 4th inning of work against the Beavers. Wiggins, Ty Scott, and Cam Williams due up here. 5, 6, 7 in their batting order. It's 2-2 tie. Pitch is just a bit out. 2-0 count to Wiggins here. Pitch inside from Giberson, and it's a 3-0 count. Giberson's first WMBL start. 3-0 pitch. Fastball for strike 1. talking to Joe Carnahan about Mitch Guyberson today. I said, what do you know about this kid? Joe said, well, I saw him play catch, and it looks like he throws hard. So there's your scouting report. Ball 4, low and away, and Wiggins walks. Ty Scott to the plate, flew out to Brett Esau on right, his last time up.
Now back, number 11, Ty Scott.
Mitch Guyberson pitching to Bodie Cooper, Kyle McDonald at first, Cole Thibodeau at second, Grant Van Scoy at short, Keel Crumbed at third, Blake Adams in left, Matt Bondarchuk center, Brett Esau in right. DH for the 57's in this one is Mason Brown. 57's with a Sunday night game. Normally in the WMBL, you play your Sunday games in the afternoon, but put in the night shift here in Weyburn. Sun setting in the western sky, a gentle breeze flowing over Tom Lang Park, providing some relief from the heat. Count is 1-0. Changeup is up to Scott, second baseman out of Calgary.
Our one Red Wings playing the Coffee games in Israel, and their first game was in the U.S. They won 3-2 in overtime. Today they played
19-year-old Ty Scott gets a piece of that ball and hits it into the corner in left field. They're going to hold the runner at third with nobody out here, and Scott is going to stand up with a double at second base.
Now batting, number 19, Cam Williams.
So runners on at second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Beavers threatening. These two teams met last night in Swift Current. It was a 6-3 win for the Weyburn Beavers. They put up 3 in the top of the first, and Swift was just not able to recover. 57's kicking the ball around in the top of the first inning. After spending so much time on the road, I guess they weren't ready to field in the top of an inning. So used to hitting first. They'll have their fair share of time on the road between now and next Saturday. This game and 4 more on the road before the 57's are at home again to the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Cam Williams at the plate now. 0-1 the count as Guyberson went right after him with the first pitch. Runners on at second and third. Fouled out of here by Williams. Count 2-2 to Williams. Breaking ball low makes the count 1-2.
everything else can go on as normal. It's just got to be that one religious part of it.
Guyberson, 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball that one-hops Bodie Cooper, evening things out at 2.
A little bit extra, but you're getting that certified kosher rabbi murder.
Empty base at first. 2-2, Williams. Ground ball to Grant Van Scoy. A run's going to come in to score as Van Scoy throws out Williams. And the Beavers with a 3-2 lead. Runners at second and third advance to third and home. One down, and Zach Frazier to the plate, number 8 hitter in the Beavers batting order. Caught looking the last time he faced Mitch Guyberson. Frazier, opposite field shot to right field. Esau, that's going to go over his head, and the run will score uncontested as Esau fishes that out of the wall, and it's a double for Frazier and an RBI. 4-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers here at Tom Lang Park. Runner at second base, and one away.
Coming to the plate, number 12, Wade Weinberger.
Joe Carnahan making his way out to the pitcher's mound. Joe Carnahan walking and talking slowly as Trey Taylor loosens up in the 57's bullpen. There's Trey Taylor beginning to limber up. Wade Weinberger now to the plate for the Beavers. Runner on at second base as Weinberger takes a big hack. No water in the pool. And it's an 0-1 count. Weinberger flew out to right his last time up. There's one away here with runner on at second, and the Beavers have already put up a crooked number here in this bottom of the fourth inning. They lead at 4-2 as Weinberger fouls that off. Mitch Giberson, head of the number 9 guy in the batting order. Oh, 0-2 pitch. One hopper to Bodie, blocked by Cooper. Frazier scampers to third base. Weinberger hitting .250 coming into this game, .385 in his last 4 games coming into this one. So it's a player for the Beavers who swung a really hot stick lately. Shot by Weinberger, hit to center field. Matt Bondarchuk heading back after it, makes the catch at the warning track. Good job tracking that ball down by Bondarchuk. That's a great catch in center field. Weinberger puts it deep, and the run comes in to score. 2 away now.
Now back, number 7, Ruiz Jimenez.
Good speed by Bondarchuk, who scampered back to the warning track just in front of the 400-foot marker here at Tom Lang Park to make that over-the-shoulder catch. Beavers have now put up 3 here in the 4th inning. It's a 5-2 lead. Weyburn. Top of the order, and Luis Jimenez. Solo dinger and a walk the evening so far for Jimenez. Fly ball. That won't escape the infield. Kyle McDonald, and that ball twists and takes a hard left on McDonald. And Jimenez will head back after that ball landed in foul territory. .57's between last night and tonight, snake bitten on a few occasions.
Short's over there. Monster behind the plate, so that's safer. Yep, the other night.
Count nothing in 2. Pitch is just a bit outside. Fly ball, hit by Jimenez, hit to Matt Bondarchuk, who makes the catch. So the 57's by hook or by crook take care of Luis Jimenez. 4 innings are done, top of the 5th coming up. Swift allows 3 in the bottom of the 4th, and it's a 5-2 Beaver lead. Back with more of our 57's webcast shortly, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Well, the 57's with a little catching up to do after surrendering 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th to the Weyburn Beavers. It's a 5-2 lead for the home team. Weyburn in their home whites. Top of the order for the 57's due up here. Bondarchuk, Van Scoy, Adams.
Now, the plate for Swift Current, number 22, Bondarchuk.
So Matt Bondarchuk ready to work against Landon Mostelar here. Ground ball. Bondarchuk hit to tie Scott in the glove over to first. Speedy Bondarchuk not quite able to leg it out. Bondarchuk now 1 for 3 with Grant Van Scoy making his way to the plate. Van Scoy, 2 at-bats this game. Sack bunt and a single. Pitch finds the strike zone just above the knees of the 57's shortstop. Landon Mostelar on the bump for the Weyburn Beavers. Pitched to Gem against the Swift Current 57's last time these two teams met. This time around, Mostelar, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. He struck out 7 and walked 2. And he's ahead of Grant Van Scoy, 0-2 the count. Landon Mostelar of Clarksville, Tennessee. The long-haired lefty looks in and agrees on an 0-2 with Zach Frazier. And Van Scoy protecting the plate with the count 0-2, fouls that off. 7 strikeouts for Mostelar in this one thus far. 32 2/3 innings of work going into this one with 25 strikeouts. So statistically, Mostelar, who's 1-2 on the year with his lone win coming at the expense of the 57's, really brings his best stuff when he faces the green and orange. Blake Adams on deck, who's 1 for 2. Van Scoy, 1-2 pitch with 1 away here in the 5th. Breaking ball, looking for the outside corner, just misses. And it's a 2-2 count with 1 down. Mostelar quick to agree on a 2-2 pitch with Zach Frazier. Grant Van Scoy gets a piece of that. Hits it to the outfield. Wade Weinberger in left. Makes the grab. Into the mitt of the product of James Cistern in the Bahamas. And now Blake Adams to take a turn.
Now coming to the plate, number 24, Blake Adams.
Adams 1 for 2. Striking out and singling his last trip to the plate. 348 average on the year. Adams with the 3rd most home runs in the league and the 2nd most runs batted in. Fouls the first one off just over the Beavers dugout. Sun setting in the west. Sun-soaked fans here in Weyburn. Enjoying this one thus far. Their hometown Beavers with a 5-2 lead on the 57's, and that curveball from Mostelar finds the strike zone.
We now have a winner on the first.
0-2, the count to Adams. Mostelar through the stretch. Called strike 3. Caught Adams looking. Blake knew it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Weyburn Beavers as they quickly retire the Swift Current 57's. 5-2 the score. Bottom of 5 coming up when we return with our Swift Current 57's webcast.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to our webcast of Swift Current 57's baseball here in Weyburn. 57's in danger of falling 2-4 to the Beavers in the season series. This will be the last trip in the regular season to Weyburn for the 57's, and the last time they'll clash with Phil Curtis's squad. Mitch Giberson, ready to work against 2, 3, and 4 of the Weyburn squad. Zach Mathis out of Stockton, California makes his way up. Sunny hot night in Weyburn. Mitch Giberson, his WMBL debut. His team trailing 5-2. Fastball just outside. First pitch to Mathis. Mathis a single, and he reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. The bespectacled infielder hitting .298 coming into this at bat. Pitch is fouled off. Count is 1-1. Pitch just a bit out to Mathis. Ground ball, strike 2. 2-2 count. Well hit ball by Mathis into right field. That's going to take a few hips, and Brett Esau having a bit of an adventure with that ball as Mathis scampers to second base. That ball just hopping past Esau.
Number 24, Ulysses Llewellyn.
May hit a gopher hole out in right field there. So none out and a runner on at second. Ulysses Llewellyn at the plate here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Weyburn with a 3-run lead and looking to build on it. Breaking pitch to Llewellyn, stays up. One 0 count. Mitch Giberson. Breaking pitch low and away to Llewellyn. And it's a 2-0 count. Runner at second. Giberson looks him. Delivers to Llewellyn. Another pitch low and away, and it's a 3-1 count. Giberson, 4 innings of work, allowing 6 hits, 5 earned runs, striking out 3, walking 2. Curveball. Fouled off. Llewellyn fouls that painfully off of himself. Count 2-2 to Ulysses. So a 2-2 count. Nobody out and 1 on at second. That's Zach Mathis. Leadoff hitter got on in this inning. Two pitch. Fly ball from Llewellyn after a steady diet of curveballs. That's to shallow right field. Brett Esau makes the catch. Taking a jog in from deep right.
Now hit to the plate. Number 5,
Brady Nygaard. Struck out his last time up. And Joe Carnahan making his way out. And Joe Carnahan's going to get the ball from Mitch Giberson. His first outing here. He'll make his way out. And Trey Taylor will come in for the 57's. Giberson, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned, striking out 3 and walking 2, facing 21 hitters. Trey Taylor, the native of Palo, Kansas, coming in for the 57's. All relief appearances for Taylor, 14 innings, or 14 appearances, 16.2 innings of work. He's allowed 18 hits, 4 earned runs, striking out 18 and walking 6. 2.16 earned run average, no decisions on the year for Trey Taylor. We'll let him warm up, and we'll be back with more 57's Baseball, brought to you by Crop Production Services and Living Sky Casino.
Trey Taylor.
Living Sky Casino.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
So Trey Taylor comes into this one with a runner on at second base. And Brady Nygaard at the plate. Nygaard 0 for 2, lining into a double play and struck out looking against Mitch Giberson. Relief pitcher, right-hander, Trey Taylor from Kansas. Ready to work against the Beavers' number 4 hitter, Brady Nygaard out of Mayville, North Dakota. Nygaard 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in this year. .284 batting average. Zach Mathis on at second, who led off the inning with a double. Taylor fastball low and away to Cooper. One. 2-1 now. .57's will probably go pitching by committee throughout the rest of this one as Sean Chandler warms up in their bullpen. Fouled off by Nygaard. Lights are on here at Tom Lang Park in Weyburn. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Taylor. Breaking ball low and away, and it's a full count. Nygaard continuing to battle with Taylor, fouls that off. Six pitch at bat so far. Nygaard and Taylor with the count 3-2. 1 away and 1 on. Ball 4, fastball up. Anthony Wiggins walking a double for Wiggins in this one.
Number 14, Anthony Wiggins.
Wiggins 320 on the year, in his last 5 games. Coming into this one, a .474 average, so he's been hitting real well. Spanks one into left field. Blake Adams makes the catch for the second out. Tough out, and Anthony Wiggins is retired in 1 pitch from Trey Taylor. Ty Scott to take a turn now. Ty Scott, .350 on the year, but looking at his last 5 games, hitting just .250, so solid month of June by Ty Scott standards. A bit of a lukewarm July thus far as he swings through the first pitch from Taylor.
Yes.
Nothing in 1 count with 2 on here and 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and a 5-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. Trey Taylor, his first inning of work, coming in after Mitch Giberson got Ulysses Fluellen to fly out. Good job by Bodie Cooper to grab that ball heading low and away. Nice glove save by Bodie. Second-year catcher for the 57's. Bodie was named the WMBL Rookie of the Year last year in that 57's championship year. The then Swift Current Indians, winning it all last year in 2016. Well hit ball to center field. Matt Bondarchuk makes the catch. That does it for the Weyburn Beavers. They strand a couple and don't plate any. 5 innings in the books, top of 6 on the way. 57's trail it by a field goal. It's 5-2 Weyburn. Back with more baseball shortly.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Welcome back to beautiful Weyburn, Saskatchewan on the southeast corner of the province. Ryan Schweitzer bringing you 57's baseball. Landon Mostelar. Last time he faced the Swift Current 57's, it was a complete game, 2-hit, 6-2 win. 5 innings so far from Mostelar, allowing 5 hits, 2 earned runs, striking out 8, and walking 2 along the way. So Mostelar looking for another complete game at the expense of the 57's. He's had to throw a few more pitches in this one than he did the last time these two teams met. Four, 5, 6 due up for Swift Current. Bodie Cooper, Keel Crumbed, and Kyle McDonald. Cooper, fly ball, fouled and out of here.
Another Barber voters on a body foul ball, and a return on foul balls to the beer shack for $1.
Landon Mostelar, once he agrees on this next pitch to Zach Fraser and throws it, that'll be his 93rd offering to Swift Current 57's hitters in this one. Ground ball by Cooper. Jimenez at short. Nice move to quickly make the transition from glove to throwing hand, and Cooper's retired via the 6-3.
Batting number 18, Keel Crumbed.
Keel Crumbed providing the most scintillating and electrifying moment of the 57's game thus far with a solo home run in his first at bat. He hit a dinger in the second his third of the year. Crumbed, the scrappy ball player from Glasgow, Montana. First pitch is a strike, 0-1 the count. Top of the 6th inning, 5-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. 57's have won some playoff series against the Weyburn Beavers here over the past few years. However, in 2017, the Spark has been rather inhospitable to Swift. Swift 1-2 in Weyburn thus far this year.
Yeah, it was 19-1, wasn't it? Yeah, it started at 11.
Crumbed fouls that off, 0-2 count with one away here. Top of the 6th inning.
They're back.
0-2 from Mostelar. Just misses the outside part of the plate, looking for his 9th strikeout of the game. Good take from Crumbed. Count 1-2.
That's easy to go up the pitch.
Crumbed spanks that one to short. Luis Jimenez trying to make the acrobatic play. Crumbed's there in time. And that throw taking first baseman off the bag.
Number 13, Kyle McDonald.
Yeah, they're done now. More nights.
Kyle McDonald to the plate.
Tuesday nights.
6th hit of the ball game for the 57's. That infield single from Keel Crumbed. Crumbed now 2 for 3 in this one. As Kyle McDonald steps to the plate, a walk and a strikeout. What's happened in his last 2 at-plate endeavors? Crumbed on at first, McDonald at the plate, swings through a breaking ball. Nice-looking slider from Landon Mostelar. 0-1 the count to the 57's first baseman. Lefty on lefty matchup, and Mostelar trying to work the outside corner. Nothing in 2 count. Fastball up. One-two pitch to McDonald. Pitch outside. Mostelar just over 100 pitches now, as he gets ready to throw 102. Sixth inning, top of. Mostelar a complete game against the 57's last time. May need a few pitches to do that here. McDonald flies up. And the center fielder Wiggins calls everyone off. Gallops in from the outfield to take care of McDonald. 2 down.
Now batting number 11, Brett Shaw.
That's pitch number 104 from Mostelar. Keel Crumbed at first. With that infield single, 2 away, Brett Esau to the plate. First pitch take from Esau for strike 1. Swift Current 57's lead the league in home runs as a team. They've hit 28, 5 of which coming off the bat of Brett Esau. High fly ball, foul territory. First baseman and catcher look at each other, and Brady Nygaard eventually eases in to make the catch. So Keel Crumbed gets on base, one hit for the Swift Current 57's. They strand him. Bottom of 6 coming up, 5-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. Back with more 57's baseball right after this.
Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
When you need to unwind, visit Smiley's Lounge at the Days Inn Swift Current. Smiley's offers daily food specials and a full menu. Ask about their daily homemade soup and a wide variety of wings. Need something to go? Visit their off sale selling cold beer, hard liquor, wine and coolers, and all the ice you need. Need takeout or a catering service? Call 306-778-4600. Smiley's Lounge, North Service Road East, Swift Current.
Third summer in Weyburn for Cam Williams, who will lead off here. DHing this game. Also utilized at third base frequently by Beavers coaches, Phil and Corey Curtis. Hitting 7th in the Weyburn batting order. He's a guy you can slot him in anywhere and he can be effective. 1-1 here working against Trey Taylor. Taylor's so far 2/3 of an inning of work, walking 1. This will be the 4th hitter that he's faced. Taylor catches the outside part of the plate with a fastball strike, and it's 1-2 to Williams. .245 batting average, Cam Williams. Guy who consistently has finished around 300 in his previous seasons in the WMBL. 2-2 count. Curveball from Trey Taylor gets him looking. Cam Williams struck out by Taylor. His first K of the game. See that delivery from Taylor where he almost turns his back to the hitter before releasing it. And that curveball coming out of a hard-to-pick-up place for Cam Williams, who was caught looking at it. Now Zach Fraser to the plate, number 8 hitter. RBI double the last time he was up, helping Weyburn accumulate this 5-2 lead. 1 out here, Wade Weinberger on deck. Fastball in to Fraser. Fastball finds the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. Landon Mostelar for the Weyburn Beavers has struck out 8 Swift Current 57's hitter. Count is 2-1. Mostelar 104 pitches. Will he be back for the top of the 7th? Through a complete game against Swifty last time these teams met each other. Change up from Taylor stays out. And it's a 3-1 count to Fraser. Fraser, his previous 2 at-bats tonight against Mitch Guyberson. RBI double, and he was caught looking, striking out. Full count now working against Trey Taylor. Trey Taylor and Bodie Cooper agreeing on a 3-2 pitch. Fastball and strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Trey Taylor.
To the plate, number 12, Weyburn.
Can't spell Kansas without a K, and the native of Qualo has 2 of them here in the 6th. Number 9 hitter Wade Weinberger. Weinberger's flown out, and last time he was up, a sac fly RBI deep to center field. Weinberger 4 home runs on the year. Hit his first one in that June 25th game against the Swift Current 57's. 3 more since then. Weinberger really starting to come around and swing the bat well for the Weyburn Beavers. A sub-Mendoza line hitter all throughout the month of June. Now hitting .250 and really starting to see the ball well. Timeout called in mid-windup. Pitchers love when that happens. 0-2. Weinberger jammed. That's fouled off. Count still 0-2. Here comes pitch number 26 of Trey Taylor's evening. And that one getting a small piece of Weinberger right on the visor of the batting helmet.
Now back. Number 7, Jimenez.
Top of the order up now with 2 down, Luis Jimenez. After Weinberger had a pitch graze the visor of his batting helmet. Count was 0-2. You often see the fastball up high on the 0-2 count. And just a bit up and in from Trey Taylor, giving Weinberger first base. Luis Jimenez to the plate. Solo home run for Jimenez tonight. As he hit the first pitch to the Weyburn Beavers tonight over the wall and left. Jimenez a hit, to run, RBI, and a walk. .349 batting average on the year. A 3-0 count. Fastball all the way here. And Jimenez walked in 4. Zach Mathis to the plate, 2 for 3 this game, as Joe Carnahan makes his way out to have a chat with Trey Taylor. Joe keeps his mound visits short.
Now back for the Beavers, number 36, Zach Mathis.
Mathis 2 for 3 in this one. That didn't work well at all. One-0 count to Mathis. Mathis reaching on a fielder's choice and has a couple hits in this one. 2 on for him. Curveball from Taylor. Count is 1-1. 2 down. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. This game just over 2 hours old. First pitch at 7:07, 9:09 local time now. One. Big hack at a high offering from Mathis. And Taylor ahead of him 1-2. Trey Taylor and Bodie Cooper agree on a 1-2. And that's going to be singled up the middle by Mathis. Runner at third being sent home. Bondarchuk gathers up that ball. Runner heads to third and is safe, and Mathis gallops to second. And no, runner at third is out. Keel Crumbed applying the tag after the runner caught off the base. Beavers do score one, though. Zach Mathis RBI single to score a runner, and it's 6-2 Beavers. Top of 7 coming up. Weyburn leads it by 4. 57's baseball brought to you by Living Sky Casino and Crop Production Services.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
Brody Stairs entering the game for the Weyburn Beavers. Landon Mostelar just over 100 pitches in this one. We'll tell you more about his night in just a moment. Stairs coming into this one. 10 appearances, all in relief, 18 innings of work, 16 hits allowed. He struck out 13 and walked 10 in those 10 innings of work. 0-1 with a 2.5 earned run average. So 10 innings of work. With Brody Stairs, there will be a strikeout or there will be a walk statistically. Some Nuke Lelouch type statistics for Stairs. Third season in Weyburn for Brody Stairs as well. Native of Calgary. You can't spell Mostelar without stellar, and 6 outings, 6 innings, 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 earned runs facing 25. 9-1-2 due up for the 57's, or pardon me, 8-9-1. Mason Brown, Cole Thibodeau, and Matt Bondarchuk. 6-2, the 57's trail it here in the 7th inning. Mason Brown, strikeout and a walk for his evening.
I'm not sure what beer is, but you're paying cash for at the spirit spot. It's $8 and you shot around.
Brody Stairs, right-handed pitcher. That one gets away from catcher Zach Frazier. Brody Stairs pitching to Frazier. Brady Nygaard at first. Ty Scott at second. Luis Jimenez at short. Zach Mathis playing third base. Wade Weinberger in left. Anthony Wiggins in center. Ulysses Fluellen in right field. Fastball from Stairs finds the strike zone after the first one was just a bit outside. 1-1 the count now to Mason Brown. 13 hits and 68 at-bats for a 191 average on the year for Brown. 7 runs batted in, first time this season facing Brody Stairs. Stairs with a changeup at eye level. 2-1.
I've never gone there and been at the concourse. Not when you're going to school and paying $5 a year. This is 15 years ago. Oh, yeah.
Sean Chandler in the 57's bullpen. Ball 3 to Mason Brown. Chandler, the native of Bellevue, Nebraska, right-hander, limbering up. Mason Brown walked in 5. Second walk for Mason Brown. He's been on base twice, 3 at-bats, 2 walks. Brown doing a subpar job of being the beer batter in this one. He's found his way on first base his last 2 times up. Cole Thibodeau 1 for 2. Singling, caught looking his last time up. Thibodeau, as of right now, best batting average on the 57s, 352 for the number 9 hitter. Blake Adams just behind him at 345. First pitch from Brody Stairs, some heat outside the strike zone. And it's a 1-0 count to Thibodeau. Runner on at first, Mason Brown. Brown caught stealing earlier this game as the native of Calgary, Brody Stairs, loads up that pitch to Cole Thibodeau. 1-1. Matt Bondarchuk on deck, top of the order. Bondarchuk 1 for 3 in this one. And Stairs induces a foul ball to Thibodeau off the top of the screen. One-two pitch. Mason Brown at first. Brody Stairs catches Thibodeau looking. Pitch that just bit the outside corner in a righty on lefty matchup.
Now batting number 22, Matt Bondarchuk.
So Brody Stairs, as advertised, averages a strikeout and a walk per inning, and he's already done that here. First out catching the native of Omaha looking. Matt Bondarchuk, as we mentioned, 1 for 3. Grounded out to Ty Scott at second, his last time up. .57's after this one in Weyburn tonight will head to Matt Bondarchuk's home turf, the native of Edmonton. Swift will overnight in Edmonton tomorrow night before making the trek to Fort McMurray for their first game at Shell Stadium in Fort Mac against the Giants. It would be about an 11-hour bus ride straight through from Swift Current to Fort McMurray, so they're cutting the trip in half by staying in Edmonton tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of time on the bus over the next few days for the 57's, Fort McMurray and Edmonton. 2 farthest road trips of the year from Swift as that ball gets away from Zach Fraser, and Mason Brown is going to gallop to second base. Runner in scoring position now for the 57's with 1 away.
Well, he wasn't going to get him anyway.
No, he wasn't going to get him.
He'd have to keep him in front of him.
Yeah.
On the 57's bus, Bodie Cooper is the guy in charge of picking movies. So he'll be busy over the next few days as Brody Stairs delivers a strike to Matt Bondarchuk. Stairs out of Calgary, Alberta. Bondarchuk out of Edmonton. two cities with a very well-known sports rivalry against each other. So we got a mini version of that here, Calgary versus Edmonton. And it's going to go the distance, full count. Famed Battle of Alberta in the National Hockey League, Flames and Oilers, and in the CFL, Eskimos and Stampeders, and in pretty much any other sport there is where those cities play against each other. So a little mini Calgary versus Edmonton right here, 3-2 with one away. And this time around, Calgary wins that Battle of Alberta as Bondarchuk swings through that fastball low and away. Grant Van Scoy to the plate.
Now batting number 7, Grant Van Scoy.
Sack bunt and a single for Van Scoy in this one, as he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Runner at second base is Mason Brown, who walked earlier this inning. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts for Brody Stairs thus far. Classic Stairs. Fastball low and away, and it gets the outside part of the plate against Van Scoy. 1-2. Top of the 7th inning here in Weyburn with a 6-2 Beaver lead. Weyburn winning in Swift Current last night 6-3. Mason Brown caught out in no man's land, safe at second. Beavers had that one drawn out. Pitch up to Frazier. And Frazier on target to second base, but Brown just scampering back in time as he was taking a rather healthy lead. Stairs saying negative on a few signals. He wants the heat. 0-2. Fastball low. One-two pitch to Van Scoy. Breaking ball. Van Scoy out in front of that one. Mason Brown is stranded. Top of the 7th is done. Bottom of 7 coming up. 57's trail by 4. Back with more 57's baseball after this.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Thank you to Swift Current Building Supplies for providing the materials for the new patio at Mitchell Field.
See Swift Current Building Supplies for all types of lumber, kitchen hardware, tools, power tools, fence, and shed packages.
At your one-stop, we carry everything shop for building and renovation.
Building supplies, farm and ranch, construction, paints, and decor. Swift Current Building Supplies, Swift Current's complete home and farm building supply center. Highway 1 West.
Sean Chandler in to pitch for the 57's. Chandler, who just does an awesome job in that Swift Current Building Supplies webcast ad. Getting set to pitch here.
The winner share tonight, $175.
Chandler coming on for the bottom of the 7th.
Number 0809. That is ticket number 0809. Look for Matthew to claim your prize.
9 appearances this year for Chandler, 10 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed only 3 hits, 2 earned runs. He struck out 16 and walked 13, 1-0 on the year with a 1.74 earned run average. The native of Bellevue, North Dakota. His first task will be to take care of Ulysses Fluellen. Fluellen, Nygaard, and Wiggins due up. 6-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. As Chandler. Fastball to Fluellen. Ground ball. Hit to Van Scoy. Van Scoy, smooth as a bikini wax, executes a nice 6-3.
To the plate. Number 5.
Van Scoy grabbing that on the run and getting that throw to first. 57's last year, the WMBL championship team, a regular season record of 33-15, finishing top in the WMBL East, finishing percentage points behind the Okotoks Dogs, who were 33-17. Okotoks had a game that never happened, so both teams winning 33 games. However, Okotoks with a percentage point win of a WMBL pennant. Interestingly enough, the game that was never played was Okotoks against Yorkton. Yorkton was in the middle of what ended up being a really long winning streak. As Blake Adams can't find that ball, Grant Van Scoy goes for it, and that just lands in no man's land as it got lost up above the lights. And Brady Nygaard able to get a double. As that ball just hung up in the air, hit above the lights, everyone lost sight of it.
Number 14.
And it was a double that was ugly as a mud fence, but a double nonetheless. So Sean Chandler with 1 out, now a runner on at second to contend with. You get in situations in some of these parks with a lot of the lights that have a downward angle. You get a fly ball that rockets in the air, kind of like that one that's hit above the lights. Brett Esau is able to grab it. Catch is made. Runner tags at second and scampers to third. So 2 away. Runner at third base.
Now coming to the plate. Number 11. Ty Scott.
Ty Scott, a double last time he was up. 2 outs for Sean Chandler in the 57's. Down 4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sean Chandler getting on the same page with Bodie Cooper. Breaking ball from Chandler. 1-0 count. Off-speed pitch up. Had a good chat today with Brandon Weeb. Brandon is the local graphic design artist that did the new colors and logo for the Swift Current 57's, which they unveiled back in January of this year. It was an on-camera chat with Brandon just about what went into the design of the new logo and some of the interesting things that maybe you don't see at first glance when looking at it. And that's something that we'll have on our Swift Current 57's webcast, as well shared on our social media. That special on the new 57's colors and logo. Watch for that next week as the 57's travel to Edmonton and Fort McMurray. Ball 4 issued to Ty Scott. And that'll bring Cam Williams to the plate. Runners on the corners with 2 away. Scott, a .341 hitter. Williams, .243. So filling that empty base at first to give the 57's infield some more options. Maybe not the worst thing that could have happened. Scott on at first, Williams at the plate now. Williams in this one's been hit by a pitch and since then 0 for 2, grounding out and striking out. Runner on at third base. Chandler brings the heat and it's a strike, 1-1. Six-foot-6-inch relief pitcher from Bellevue, Nebraska. Chandler, breaking ball just outside, and it's 2-1. Two-one pitch. Fastball for strike 2. Chandler bringing the heat, evening things out at 2-2. Bottom of the 7th inning, 6-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. Is Riley Campbell the straw that stirs the drink for this 57 offense? Without him, only 3 runs last night, only 2 tonight against the Beavers. Pitch outside, blocked by Bodie. Ty Scott able to scamper to second base. Full count, 2 away. Chandler, 3-2 pitch. Yes, he did. Strike 3. Cam Williams not agreeing with that assessment on the third strike. Beavers get a couple on base, but don't score any. They strand 2. Top of 8 coming up. 57's down by 4. We'll be back with more of our 57's webcast, brought to you by Living Sky Casino and Crop Production Services.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Celebrate the wonders of our nation this July at Living Sky Casino. Players Club members can swipe daily for their chance to win a train trip across Canada in our From Far and Wide promotion. Bonus entries are also available. Grand prize draw July 31st at 8 p.m. Must be present to win. See Players Club for more details.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense.
At Crop Production Services, we're on in our commitment to farming. As in, it's on, lights on, game on this day and every day. Because through seeding, spraying, and harvest, on isn't an option. It's a marathon of on for farmers. On track, on time, always on. Like CPS in your community. So much riding on your farm. So many ways to profit from our experience. Bring it on. CPS, we're with you.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's Baseball, our webcast live from Yorkton, where the 57's are taking on the Yorkton Cardinals. Brody Stairs getting set for another inning of work on the mound for the Cardinals. He struck out 3 and walked 1 in the 7th inning. And for those of you wondering, we did get confirmation from Brody's billet dad. Yes, he is related to former Major Leaguer Matt Stairs.
Now batting number 24.
Matt, Brody's uncle. So Brody will try and do his best to keep making Uncle Matt proud here, facing Blake Adams of the 57's. Adams, Bodie Cooper, and Keel Crumbed due up for the 57's. 3-4-5 in their batting order. First pitch from Stairs to Adams. Fastball that he left up. 1-0 count. Adams 1 for 3 in this one. Stairs tries to get Adams chasing low and away. 2-0 count. .57's Aiden Goodall gets ready to work in the bullpen. Blake Adams, ground ball. Jimenez can't find the handle. First error of the ball game. Aiden Goodall, right-handed pitcher out of Nanaimo. Getting ready for the opportunity to enter this ball game.
Number 25.
Where Bodie Cooper was in the lineup, now Ben Andrews will hit. .10 count. Andrews 225 on the year, 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Ground ball. Just foul down the third base line. Blake Adams at first base, 12 for 15, stealing bases this year. Third on the 57's behind Bondarchuk and Riley Campbell. The explosive 57's offense that led them to a 4-game win streak has fallen silent over the past 2 nights without Riley Campbell. I have to wonder if Riley really is the straw that stirs the drink here for this 57's offense, and hope for a speedy return for him. Ben Andrews, 2-1 count. Fouled off, evening things out at 2-2.
That's another Harper Holders auto body foul ball. Return all foul balls to the beer shack for $1.
Now.
2-2 pitch as Andrews digs in. Low and away, called strike 3. Last inning, that was the same pitch that got Cam Williams in the same spot. This time around, it victimizes a Swift Current 57's hitter. Low and away.
Now batting number 18, Keel Crumbed.
Keel Crumbed now to the plate. Crumbed 2 for 3 this one with a run scored. Solo home run. Brody Stairs going right after him with strike 1. As we get into the twilight innings of this one, the strike zone seems to become a bit more swollen. Inside to Crumbed. And 0-2. I don't even swat at the mosquitoes anymore. Mosquitoes, Saskatchewan ballparks, I don't even swat anymore. I'm comfortable with the fact that I will die a West Nile-related death from a ballpark. 0-2 to Crumweed. That hops away from the pitch or from the catcher. Blake Adams gallops to second base. Adams all smiles as he advances himself into scoring position with one away, and one of the hottest batters in the 57's lineup up now. Adams is having an adventure with the Mosquitoes out there too. One-two pitch. Just below the chin of Crumweed, and it's 2-2 with one away.
Oh, yeah.
2-2. Crumweed chases low and away. Kyle McDonald to the plate now.
Now batting number 13, Kyle McDonald.
I put it on my arms and my legs, but it bothered me. You gotta bring one with it. I'll use it.
Brody Stairs now dealing with a lefty hitter. And Kyle McDonald from Mississauga. McDonald, instrumental member of last year's 2016 WMBL championship team. Great playoff performer. McDonald really contributing to the 57's in games that mattered last year. 1-0 count to the first baseman for Mississauga. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Says the second base umpire. 2-0 count. Two-0 pitch. Fastball up. It's 3-0 count to McDonald. Right-handed pitcher Brody Stairs likes that fastball low and away to lefties, but a bit of a monkey, or it's righties rather, a bit of a monkey wrench thrown in that plan with the lefty McDonald here. Three-0 fastball for a strike. Blake Adams in motion to third. He is safe. Stolen base number 13 on the year for Adams. Ball 4 for Kyle McDonald. So McDonald walks Esau to the plate. And we're going to need a mound visit here as Phil Curtis makes his way out. First pitch to Esau. Low and away for a strike.
There it is.
Pitch comes in just a bit low to Esau. 1-1 the count. Kyle McDonald on at first after walking. Blake Adams at third base. Wade Weinberger battling the mosquitoes out in left field. As is everyone else in here. Wind dying down. One-two pitch to Esau coming up with 2 away. Pitch just below the knees to the right fielder for the 57's, and it's a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch, 2 down. Good take from Esau on a pitch that didn't miss by much inside, and it's a full count. Three-two pitch, and Esau goes down swinging. 57 strand a couple. Bottom of 8 coming up. 6-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. Back with more 57's baseball after this.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Win a jackpot on a select bank of machines to be entered into the weekly draw for rider tickets and merchandise. Draw to be held every Sunday at 8 p.m. Winner does not need to be present to win, but you must be playing with your card to win. Live it up at Living Sky Casino.
Living Sky Casino. Living Sky.
Use your game sense. When planning your Swift Current stay, call the Days Inn. Just a short walk from Living Sky Casino and a few minutes from world-class golf, Days Inn offers free Wi-Fi, a continental breakfast to go with newly renovated rooms. Ask about suites with kitchenettes. Unwind in the jacuzzi suite. If you're driving a large truck, no problem. There's lots of free parking. The Days Inn is home to locally renowned meeting and banquet facilities as well. Call 306-773-4623. The Days Inn, the host hotel for the Swift Current 57's.
Welcome back to Swift Current 57's baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning, 4-2 lead for the Weyburn Beavers. They're going to be looking for a little bit more insurance here against Sean Chandler and the Swift Current 57's. 57's final visit of the regular season to Weyburn to take on the Beavers. Aiden Goodall into pitch. Thought that was Sean Chandler. I got my wrong 6'6" righty. So Aiden Goodall into pitch. Chandler an inning of work, a hit. Walk and a strikeout, facing 5 batters. Did the Moose Jaw Miller Express do the 57's a favor tonight? Nope, they didn't. Regina Red Sox with a 5-0 win at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. So the 57's coming into today's festivities a half game back of Regina. Loss here will widen the gap if the 57's fail to come back. 6-2 the score here, bottom of the 8th inning. Aiden Goodall into pitch. Goodall, an instrumental component to last year's championship team in Swift Current, and the righty induces a foul ball from Zach Frazier, the catcher. Goodall, 13 appearances, 20 1/3 innings of work, allowing 17 hits, only 6 earned runs, striking out 15 and walking 7 with a 2.65 earned run average. He's got a couple saves on the year. No balls, 2 strikes to Frazier. Blocked by Mason Brown. Brown in to catch after Bodie Cooper was pinch hit 4 by Ben Andrews. So Brown was DHing. Now catching. 2-2 pitch. Aiden Goodall to Frazier.
Woo! Keep it up! Frickin' bro. Great release point you got there. One more time.
3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Ground ball, fouled. 3-2 pitch. There's a shot hit to the gap in right center. Frazier rounds first, heads for second. And he'll put the brakes on with a double. Leadoff double by Frazier. Number 9 hitter in the Beaver batting order up now, Wade Weinberger. Weinberger in this one. Flown out, sac fly RBI, and hit by a Trey Taylor pitch early on. Swings through the first offering from Aiden Goodall. Nothing in one count. Weinberger fouls that into the backstop. Weinberger will call time and kill a mosquito. Fly ball, hit up. Keel Crumbed in foul territory makes the catch for the first out here of the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, number 7.
Weinberger flying out to the 57's third baseman. Blake Adams lets everyone know that this is the top of the order up now for the Beavers. Luis Jimenez. First home run of the season was hit by Jimenez earlier this game. He's walked a couple times since then and flown out to center field. So Jimenez with one away and Fraser on at second base. Fastball from Aiden Goodall, just a little bit low. It's ball one. Aiden Goodall. Looking the runner at second. Ground ball. Keel Crumbed orchestrates a 5-3 to take care of Jimenez.
Now, coming to the plate.
Now Zach Mathis.
Zach Mathis.
Good game tonight from Mathis, the third baseman from Stockton, California. Single, double, RBI single the last time he was up. Oh, 1 pitch. Mathis fouls that over the 57's dugout. Swinging strike, and that'll do it for the Weyburn Beavers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As Aiden Goodall leaves them stranded. 6-2 the score. The deficit is 4 for the Swift Current 57's. We'll be back to see if they can have some top of the 9th inning magic when we return with 57's baseball.
At the Hearing Place, we're making a positive difference in the lives of our clients' hearing health. We are a full-time, fully licensed hearing health care facility. Our goal is to improve and maintain our clients' hearing health with personal attention and ongoing support. As an audiologist with more than 15 years' experience, I work with clients of all ages, including toddlers and newborns. This is not only my vocation, but my passion. When you come into the Hearing Place, you will receive a complete diagnostic hearing evaluation using state-of-the-art equipment. We talk about the specific reasons for your visit and the hearing situations you find most difficult. We then discuss the hearing options that are right for you, your budget, and your lifestyle. The end goal is to ensure you leave with the knowledge and confidence about your future of hearing health. The Hearing Place. For more information, visit www.thehearingplace.ca.
Weyburn Beavers sending in Eric Evans to wrap this one up. Evans, a right-handed pitcher from right here in Weyburn. 9 appearances on the year for Evans. 9 innings of work. He's allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. He struck out 5 and walked 4, 1-2 with 2 saves on the year, and an ERA of 3. So right-handed pitcher Eric Evans coming in to try and take care of the last 3 outs in this one. Beavers up by 4. Mason Brown, Cole Thibodeau,
Now
Matt
batting number 9,
Bondarchuk.
Mason Brown.
So Mason Brown set to go with Evans here. Our next webcast of Swift Current 57's baseball will be Tuesday night from Fort McMurray, the historical first trip for the 57's to take on last year's one of last year's expansion teams, the Fort McMurray Giants. Eric Evans, slider to Mason Brown. Oh, 1 count. Travel day tomorrow for the 57's. Tuesday night, Fort Mac. Tuesday and Wednesday in Fort McMurray. Thursday, Friday in Edmonton. And then back next Saturday at home against the Moose Jaw Miller Express. They'll get back from that Friday game in Edmonton at about 5 o'clock in the morning. Get a few winks of sleep and then take on Moose Jaw and Swift that night. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't, says first base umpire. And high heat on an 0-2 to Mason Brown. Count now 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Evans just misses inside. Eric Evans, the Weyburn product. Two-two pitch. Mason Brown going the distance with Evans here. Brown doing what he can to try and spark his team for some ninth inning magic here. Full count. Brown will step out of the batter's box to fight with mosquitoes and get back in there. Three-two pitch. Eric Evans got him.
Yeah, baby.
Cool Thibodeau, 1 for 3 this game.
Now batting number 1 for Thibodeau.
Fastball from Evans. Hammers the catcher's mitt of Zach Frazier. Just a bit up. 1-0 count. With the score 6-2, Beavers. Fastball finds the strike zone. Now 1-1 with 1 down. Number 9 hitter at the plate, Cole Thibodeau. Thibodeau fouls that into the backstop. And Cole with his .347 batting average, hitting 9th in the batting order, leading the team in average. Matt Bondarchuk on deck in an 8-9-1 top of the 9th. Thibodeau fouls another one off. Thibodeau continuing to battle with Evans. One-two pitch. Thibodeau with a shot into left field. One hopper in front of Wade Weinberger. And Cole Thibodeau 2 for 4 this game now. Another single collected by Thibodeau. Top of the order up now for the 57's and Matt Bondarchuk. So we see Cole Thibodeau and 57's assistant coach Taylor Steen. Matt Bondarchuk to take a turn now and try and keep things going for the 57's. Bones is 1 for 4 this game. Hitting .304 on the year. Righty on lefty matchup here as Evans tries to go outside, and it's ball 1. Just missing the outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss from Bondarchuk. Fouled off. Be strike 2. Count 1 and 2. Two and 2 with 1 away here. Two-two pitch. Bondarchuk. High hopper. Runner will advance to second, and they'll get Bondarchuk at first. Second out of the top of the 9th. Bondarchuk rounds out to the pitcher. Last offensive hope for the 57's is shortstop Grant Van Scoy.
Now batting number 7, Grant Van Scoy.
Van Scoy, sack bunt, and a single tonight. Van Scoy launches one to the outfield, and that'll drop in for a single. Cole Thibodeau rounding third and heading home. And the 57's narrow the deficit. RBI single from Grant Van Scoy. And the lead for the Beavers is now 6-3.
Now batting number 24, Blake Adams.
Blake Adams will take a turn now with 2 away here in the top of the 9th. 6-3 Beaver lead. Adams fouls that off. 1 run across the plate for the 57's here in the 9th. Cole Thibodeau and Grant Van Scoy with hits here in the 9th. Getting a run across for Swifty. Pitch just outside to Adams. One pitch to Adams. Curveball. Just misses outside. 2-1. Wade Weinberger, this game can't end fast enough for him. He is struggling with the bugs in left field. Adams, opposite field shot to right. Ulysses Fluellen makes the catch, and that's the ball game. 57's drop at 6-3. Their next action will be Tuesday night from Fort McMurray. We'll have that webcast for you. Our 57's player of the game is Keel Crumbed, 2 for 4 with a home run, upping his seasonal batting average to .266. On behalf of Christina bringing you the images tonight, it's Ryan Schweitzer saying good night from Tom Lang Park.